Good morning, it's Niall here from Sunpath Architecture. Very exciting morning. We're out in Bayswater at the TGA factory to see the Glu-Lam posts and beams that have arrived from Ash. They're all inside at the moment. They're being CNC machined on 5-axis machines to the design that I've worked with the engineers. So very precise tolerances at play here. We've got 2 mil allowance at all of the junctions, so you can see everything's got to be measured and checked and remeasured. It's all got to fit together perfectly. So we'll go in now and we'll take a look at how everything is shaping up for the project.
So that's the lower batch, ground floor, and then the upper floor is.
To explain the purpose of this visit to the timber factory, we're just going to have a look at the 3-dimensional model that we produce for most of our projects. In this, you can see that we've built the entire project up front in 3 dimensions, and we've coordinated the structure with the rest of the house. It's quite a tight site. We're trying to maximize what we can get onto the house. So we had to make sure that our heat recovery ventilation, all of our structure, plumbing, everything else works in advance. As you can imagine, the timber can only be cut once, so we have to check and recheck the dimensions. And that's what we're doing on site. We're going back to the engineers and we're checking that what the builder has had made, the steel plates, the dowels, that they all work with the timber that they're milling on the CNC machine. We're also making those final decisions about how to treat the timber. We're going to use a natural sourced oil, and that has no VOCs. And we'll also be gently rounding the edge of all of the glue laminated elements. You can see in our 3-dimensional model that the glue lamination will be visible as a post and beam in the corners of every room. So it's vitally important that we get these elements perfect. There is no room for error here. We have a 2 mil tolerance all around. And you can see as we fly through the 3D model that we've had to make sure that this all works in advance. So when it delivers to site, it should all assemble together perfectly. So that's the purpose of the visit today. Just before I finish this section of the video, I'll just show you how powerful this tool is. So the 3-dimensional modeling that we've done, we've shared our model back and forth with the engineers, and through each iteration we've checked theirs. In this example, you can see the engineers have given us their 3-dimensional model, and where that directly corresponds with our framework, it flashes as a gray element. And that means that it's perfectly aligned in 3 dimensions with the 3-dimensional model that we have. So we use this to coordinate in advance and make sure there are no clashes between the 2 proposed models. And we'll just return it to a more normal view now. And you can see we can just decide to share with the builders or anyone else which part of the 3-dimensional model they might need. And then we can explore how the building is put together, and we can turn it on with the overall context of the building, including the neighboring structures as well. So that gives you a brief glimpse into the power of the 3-dimensional modeling that we do. And this is building information management, where we share our architectural model with the engineers and other consultants involved in a project.